Some stories hit harder because they don't feel like news. They feel like something that could happen to anyone, on a regular street, on a regular morning, except this time the name attached to it is someone people remember from their childhood. Kianna Underwood, a former Nickelodeon child actress who appeared on All That and voiced Fuchsia Glover on Little Bill, has been identified as the woman killed in a hit and run in Brooklyn. She was 33. And what's making a lot of people stop and really sit with this isn't just the details of the crash. It's what her father said afterward, as a grieving parent trying to imagine his daughter's final moments. According to police, this happened early Friday morning in Brownsville, Brooklyn, around 6:40 to 6:45 a.m. Investigators say Kianna was struck at or near the intersection of Pitkin Avenue and Mother Gaston Boulevard. The NYPD says a black 2021 Ford Explorer, driven by an unidentified person, crossed over the yellow line and was driving counterflow, essentially in the wrong lane, when it hit her. Police also say she was then struck by a second vehicle, described as a black-gray sedan, also driven by an unidentified person. Both drivers fled. Kianna was pronounced dead at the scene. Some reporting also states surveillance video showed her waiting for a few seconds before crossing, and that after the impact she appeared to be dragged for a significant distance. It's horrifying to even repeat, and it's even worse to imagine the pain and fear in that moment, especially when you consider what comes next, the possibility that she may have been left there. Because that's where her father's words come in. Kianna's father, Anthony Underwood, posted a message to Facebook that was later deleted, and what he wrote wasn't about fame or credits or nostalgia. It was about compassion, whether anybody showed his daughter even a fraction of it when it mattered most. He began by telling a story about seeing an injured animal on a road and what happened when cars kept coming. So this one time, my partner Tia NVM Taylor and I were in the Catskills, and we saw this fox on the road, he wrote. I could tell it had been hit. It was a dangerous curved road, and I contemplated moving our car into the middle of the road so it wouldn't get hit again. But before I could do anything, someone came around the corner and didn't slow down when I started flashing my high beams. So the driver ran over the fox. I remember the horror I felt when I saw that, he said. Then he described a small act of mercy from a stranger, someone who didn't have to stop but did. Another driver pulled over and picked the fox up who was still alive and put it on the side of the road, he continued. And then came the line that has stayed with people, because it's a parent's grief boiled down into a single question. All I can think about is, did anyone show my baby that same compassion as someone ran her over like roadkill? Did anyone try to comfort my baby as she laid dying in the street alone? Or did they just stand around with their phones? He asked. That's what makes this more than a headline. It turns it into something personal because you can hear the father trying to fill in the blanks. You can hear him spiraling through the questions no parent should ever have to ask. And notice what he's not asking first. He's not leading with punishment. He's not writing a legal argument. He's asking whether his daughter was alone, whether anyone treated her like a person, whether someone stayed with her, whether someone tried to help, whether someone offered any comfort at all. It's an unbearable thought that a human being could be lying in the street in their final moments and the world could keep moving. Now, to be clear, none of us can claim we know exactly what every witness did or didn't do. People do call 911. People do try to help. People freeze. People panic. People don't know what to do. Sometimes the people who care the most are the ones who are too shocked to move right away. But the reason his words cut so deep is because they point directly at a modern fear. This idea that suffering has become something people record rather than respond to. That someone might look at a tragedy and think content before they think human being. This case also brings up another uncomfortable reality about hit and runs. The impact is one thing, but the choice afterward is another. Because even if we give the most generous interpretation possible, panic, fear, shock, there's still a decision being made when a driver leaves. A decision that says, I'm going to protect myself, even if someone is dying. And in this case, police say it happened twice. Two separate drivers, two separate moments where stopping could have made a difference. Two separate moments where someone could have called for help, could have been the bare minimum. Two separate moments where someone could have done the right thing. Instead, investigators say both drivers fled. There are details being discussed, including reporting that police said she attempted to cross without the right-of-way. But even if that ends up being fully accurate, it doesn't change the part that should matter to every decent person. A life ended, and the people in the vehicles didn't stay. A traffic mistake is not a death sentence. A misjudgment doesn't erase a person's humanity. And no matter what the light said, no matter what a report says, no matter what anybody believes about fault, there is no moral universe where the correct response is to drive away and leave a human being in the street. Kianna Underwood should not be reduced to the worst moment of her life. She was more than that. A working performer, a voice people heard on television, a person who moved through the world with her own story, long after the credits rolled and the childhood memories faded for everyone else. And yet, the way many people will first learn her name is through this tragedy. So if you take anything from this, take the human part. Take the father's question and let it sit with you, because it's a question that applies to all of us, whether we like it or not. If someone is hurt in public, do we turn away? Do we watch? Do we record? Or do we respond like human beings? Kianna's father didn't write a perfect statement. He wrote grief. He wrote fear. He wrote the picture that won't stop playing in his mind. And behind all of it is a simple plea that shouldn't even need to be spoken out loud. Please tell me my child wasn't alone. Kianna Underwood was 33 years old. She was struck in Brooklyn in the early hours of the morning. Police say the drivers fled. No arrests have been reported yet, and a family is left with a silence that no public update can fill. Rest in peace, Kianna Underwood, and to her father and everyone who loved her, may they find answers and may they find some measure of peace, even if it comes slowly.